Well, good morning to you all. How are we all today? I am feeling exceptionally tired. I was up late last night into the early hours of this morning. So, doing some work. And I've only had a few hours sleep, which is going to be entertaining today because I'm on my way to university. So I'm applied with my coffee, I'm on the road, I'm ready to go. Oh, why do I do this to myself? As probably the vast majority of you out there who own some form of console will know, Microsoft unveiled its new Xbox One S yesterday at the E3 convention that happens every year. And it looks the business, I have to say. Now, for those of you who haven't been privy to this news, and I don't think there'll be many of you out there by now, but for those of you who haven't been privy to this news, you will be wondering what on earth they've done to it to make it, well, better, I suppose, really. Well, the first thing that Microsoft has done is they've made it 40 times smaller than the original Xbox One. 40 times smaller. Now, I know the original Xbox One was a little bit of a juggernaut, but let's be fair, the original Xbox was a bit of a juggernaut when it was first released, because it had a brand new setup, you know, the processors that we used in it, you know, the graphics card, everything that was in the Xbox obviously ensured that it needed to have this room. And then as the Xbox grew in capability and went on to its next gen, which was the Xbox 360, it got smaller and it got thinner. And then we had, obviously, the Xbox One came along and it changed its design. It was all slightly different. Its technical support was different. Everything was kind of amped up that little bit further. Microsoft have gone and done it again with the Xbox One S. For a lot of you out there who have the Xbox One, it's not. There may be many of you out there who will turn around and say, "Look, I'm not bothering with this. I'm not changing it. I spent enough money on this console. I've only had it a couple of years, and I'm not prepared to shell out the extra money." However, there are those of you out there who are die-hard gamers, who will be investing in the Xbox One S. Now, along with it being 40% smaller than its original predecessor, it has a few other little tricks up its sleeve. Now, one of the big issues that a lot of Xbox One owners had was that a lot of the content for games had to be downloaded onto the hard drive system. Now, okay, right, so listen, just before I get on with the news that I want to get on with today, I'm going to have a bit of a rant, because I'm driving down to university this morning and I've got an ambulance tearing up behind me. So I need to move into the next lane. And I've got my indicator on to move over to the next lane. Now, I can't go anywhere else. I've got to move over to the left-hand side to let this ambulance pass. So I've got the indicator on, and I'm waiting for somebody, and this absolute total and utter knobhead blocks my path, so I move forward to try and get out the way, and he moves forward again. And so I'm standing there, so I end up having to put my foot down, charge down the road, move in against other people, and there's just absolutely no need for it. You could see the ambulance was beside me. You could see it had its sirens on, its big blue flashy lights on, and all because he didn't want to let me in because it meant that I was kind of nudging into his lane. Not to mention the fact that there could have been somebody seriously ill in the ambulance or anything, and this complete and utter knobhead just decides to make life so much more worse for everybody else. Do you know? And the wonderful thing is, he's actually in front of me now, and he's looking in his rearview mirror at me, and I actually couldn't give two hoots. I really couldn't. You are in the wrong, matey. You should have stopped for 2 seconds and let me squeeze in so I could let the ambulance past. And what have you done? Yes, you've cut in front of me as well. What an absolute prat. Oh, look! Yes, look! Look what else is coming down the road now. Look! Can you see? Yes, can you see? There we go! Ambulances! Complete and utter div.